Hello everyone and welcome to morning coffee break. Oh, it's good. We've been drinking on that one we got that's Kroger brand. It's called Master Blend. I can't help but think that's supposed to be like the Maxwell House Master Blend, but it is really good. It's really smooth, just has a good taste to it. So we're really enjoying that. I'm glad I got several of them now. And coffee's gone up again, at least at Kroger. The regular price now on just the Kroger brand, which is the cheapest they got, is like $13.99, I believe it was. So when it's on sale, it would still be like $12.99 if they just take $1 off. They had Folgers on for $8.99, but we just bought a couple of them. We still got one left, and I still had 4 or 5 of those that we just bought for $7.99. All I can say is if you see some that's a good sale and you like coffee, buy it on sale, because the regular price is just going crazy. I knew it would. The tariff thing probably is definitely the reason, but what are you going to do? Coffee for a long time it was pretty reasonably priced, but now it's like every time we go in Kroger it looks like some of it's gone up, different ones. But anyway, it's Thursday, October 9th. Currently it's 52 degrees. It's pretty cool outside. High today's only going to be 72, so that's going to feel pretty good. No chance of rain, and winds at 3 miles per hour. It did get windy for a little while, but it wasn't like, hurricane type, windy. It was only like, I think they said it was like 17, 18 miles per hour. 19 was the most I saw. It didn't knock any limbs down that I know of. It has to be about 30 miles per hour before we'll start seeing limbs out of the trees, and it's usually dead limbs. Sometimes it'll be ones that are still alive, but in a way, that's a way to get the dead limbs out of the trees. Okay, Kitty's right. I feel her down here. She's at my feet. Well, now she's beside of me down here. She'll probably come up here. My okra plant has been going crazy, y'all. My okra plants. I go about there almost every single day and get okra. Just gave Mom a gallon bag, storage bag full, cram full. And this is what I got today. Here's 5, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, there's 10, 15 of them, and I just got them. I mean, when I just got them on Monday, I got them on Tuesday, and I skipped Wednesday. So from Tuesday, I mean, the ones I left on Tuesday were just like that big. I don't see how they could grow that much in 1 or 2 days. Because I got them on Tuesday and then skipped Wednesday. No, I got them on Monday. That's right, when Joy went to Mom's. And then I skipped Tuesday, and then I got these yesterday. That's how fast. It's unbelievable. I'm still getting a few banana peppers. Actually got one tomato that's starting to turn. I've got some big tomatoes out there. I don't know if I probably showed them in the little garden update when I walked, but they're getting bigger. So we're going to have some nice tomatoes here at the end. It's October, so it's because they didn't. I grew the kind that would keep growing. I mean, the Cherokee Purple usually will die pretty quick. You have a lot of tomatoes and just die. But I got ones that would keep on growing, and the heat was what happened. It killed hundreds of blooms. The center of it would turn brown, and they would just fall off. But when it started to cool down, I noticed there was more blooms. And these blooms, a lot of them turned into tomatoes. So I'm not pulling them up really yet anyway. There are some dead ones out there that need to be pulled up. But, you know, they'll be okay. So I'm going to let them grow as long as I got tomatoes on there. I'm not going to pull them up yet. I mean, after it frosts, I'll probably have to. Because frost pretty much does end tomatoes, and I'm not going to cover them. If it frosts, I'll just pick them, all the green ones out there, and they'll ripen. One year, I had a little contest. When I had to pick everything that was left, it filled up a box, and I had a contest to see who could get closest to how many was in the box. It turned out there was 93 tomatoes in the box. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Okay, today there will be a delicious meals video. It's time for one of them, everybody. So get you some snacks while you're watching it, because you will get hungry. I get hungry every time I make one of those videos, I swear. So yeah, that's today. Not sure what's for dinner. We just hadn't really thought about it. Like I say, all I have to do is just look through the freezers, and there's plenty of stuff. Hi, there you are. Wait a minute. Let me move this stuff around a little bit. Okay, let's see, our jokes. I'm using this book today again. It has some good jokes in it, and it's such a pain to look up stuff on the internet. I mean, you know, like you go under jokes or whatever, free jokes. It's just, there's a lot of them, and a lot of them, like I said yesterday, I guess, they just have the same exact stuff as the other ones. I mean, it's like they just copy each other or something. And then, you know, you'll find ones that'll have there's ones that you even have to buy them. She's going to go up on the shelf there. There's some that you even have to buy them to get to use them. But, you know, most of them are free. No wonder. They're all the same. So this book, you know, I've had this for a long time. This book has some really good ones in it. So some of these are still the same ones that I see on the internet, but at least it's got some I haven't seen. How about this? What did baby corn say to mama corn? Where is popcorn? What did one banana say to the other banana? Nothing. Bananas don't talk, or can't talk. Why was the glowworm unhappy? Her children weren't very bright. Kitty's up there cleaning. I brushed her some. We bought her a brush from Amazon because we couldn't find the one that we were using with her. I don't know what's happened. She probably hid it. She probably knocked it under a couch or something. She loves this one we got. She was just rubbing. She wanted you to rub like through here on each side, or, you know, comb it on each side here. She was just rubbing against it and everything. So I'm glad she likes it, because she really needed it. I need to do some more on her, though. Get some more of the fur that's just, you know, that needs to come out. Thin it out, let's say. Okay, let's see. What's a pirate's favorite letter? R. R. What's the difference between Santa Claus and a warm dog? Santa wears the suit, but a warm dog just pants. So we're going to do some bonus jokes, extra jokes. Why did the farmer plow his field with a steamroller? He wanted to grow mashed potatoes. Why did the cookie go to the hospital? Because he felt crummy. What's this say? This is like a picture. Here's a picture. It says, I'll show you the picture. Right there with the cookie. It says, "Doctor, life in the cookie jar has been rough. I feel like my life is crumbling away. Yes, I can see that. Look at those crumbs on your sheets. What's small and green and goes camping? A boy sprout. What did one plate say to the other plate? Dinner is on me. Okay, that's it for today for the jokes. And now we got trivia time here. I don't know if this is all about stuff of, space or space related or whatever, but it doesn't say the category or anything like that. But here's the question, the first question. Which failed Apollo mission was depicted in a Tom Hanks film? And that was a really good movie. Apollo 18, Apollo 20, Apollo 1, Apollo 13. I believe it was, well, I'll give you a second, but I think I know. And like I said, it was a really good movie. I really liked it. I wouldn't mind seeing it again. It's Apollo 13. Let's see what it says. Apollo 13 is a 1995 American docudrama film directed by Ron Howard and starring Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, Bill Paxton, who's passed away. That's awful. Gary Sinise, Ed Harris, and Kathleen Quinlan. It dramatizes the aborted 1970 Apollo 13 lunar mission. And okay, yeah, here we go. Which of these astronauts commanded the Apollo 11 mission? Oh, no, I don't know for sure. Neil Armstrong, Pete Conrad, James McDivitt, John Young. Y'all remember, like, watching when they landed on the moon and stuff? And, of course, a lot of people say that it was fake. I don't know about that. I don't think so, really. But I remember being just really, like, I don't know, interested, I wanted to see it all, that anything they would show about it when I was a kid. I just really was excited about it and stuff. I just couldn't believe they were landing on the moon, But, in subsequent ones, I don't really remember too much. It seems like they would show them, subsequent ones, but like the ones after that, it didn't seem like they were as exciting for some reason. I guess because the first time was, it was their first time. But I can't remember if they would show every mission landing on the moon or whatever. Okay, so anyway, Neil Armstrong, Pete Conrad, James McDivitt, John Young. I'm going to have to say Neil Armstrong. I don't even hardly know the other ones. I've heard of Pete Conrad, I think. So it is Neil Armstrong. What are most planets in the solar system named after? Roman gods, astronomers, rivers, animals. I think it's Roman gods. Yes. I mean, the planets were obviously probably named a long time ago. I mean, because when they were able to start seeing them with the telescopes of the time. Okay, so yeah, it's Roman gods. Most planets in the solar system are named after Greek or Roman gods. Mercury was named for the messenger god because it appears to move so swiftly across the sky. Jupiter shares a title with the king of the gods because it's the solar system's biggest planet. Venus is named after the goddess of love and beauty because it is the brightest natural object in Earth's night sky after the moon. Okay, learned something there. What is the brightest planet in the night sky? Did it just say that? Was I even paying attention? Mars, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter. Well, you can't see but so many in the night sky. I guess at certain times of the year you might be able to see them, but it would probably look like a star or something if it's really far away. I'm going to go with Mars on this. And I'm wrong, and it probably just said that in the previous one. It's Venus. Venus is the brightest planet in our night sky. It's so bright and luminous that it outshines all other objects in the sky. It just said that, and I didn't even remember, so that's pretty pitiful. I should have known it was just right before this. See, I can remember stuff that happened when I was 5 years old, but I can't remember just a few minutes ago. Okay, now I know. I learned something, and I should have learned it. I didn't know I'd be needing it right away either. You know, I didn't know the next question would be about something we just talked about. So, shame on me. Did you get it, though, after I just said everything? Okay, let me know if you got that one. Maybe you were able to remember better than me in the next 30 seconds. Okay, next question. Where in the United States is NASA Mission Control Center? Austin, Texas. Houston, Texas. Bigfoot, Texas. Dallas, Texas. Coffee ground. Must have spelled some grounds in there or something. It's Houston, we got a problem. Over. We read you. It's Houston. How many planets are there in our solar system? Now, this number might be different than you were taught in school, and probably because they're claiming Pluto is a dwarf planet. It's not really like the regular planets, I guess, is what they're saying. So it's not really categorized as a planet because it's a dwarf planet. Does that make sense? So, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, if I'm remembering right, and I do love stuff about the planets and space travel and stuff like that. I've always been interested. I think there used to be 9, so that makes me want to say 8. Right. Maybe it'll say, our solar system consists of our star, the sun, and everything bound to it by gravity. The 8 planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Dwarf planets such as Pluto, dozens of moons, and millions of asteroids, comets, and meteoroids. Meteoroids. Okay, so they obviously took, used to be 9, I remembered that, and then they took Pluto off. How are the inner planets physically separated from the outer planets? Nebulas, asteroid belt, stars, dust. Now this is a little confusing for me. How are the inner planets physically separated from the outer planets? Does that mean planets further away from our solar system? Dust, stars, asteroid belt. I'm going to go with the nebulas. And that's wrong. I really didn't know this one. It was a little confusing the way it's worded in a way. But it's asteroid belt. Let's see what it says. In the universe, an asteroid belt physically separates and distinguishes the inner planets from the outer planets. This asteroid belt appears just after Mars and right before Jupiter. Okay, so it's not on the outside of it. Mars bears the distinction of farthest inner planet from the Sun, while Jupiter takes recognition as the closest outer planet. Why would you consider them outer when they're still all part of the gravitational pull, like they were just saying earlier, of the Sun? So this is a little confusing. I learned something, but it doesn't, I mean, I don't know. I have to think about it more. So, whose president's name is NASA Mission Control Center in Houston? John Adams, Richard Nixon, Barack Obama, Lyndon B. Johnson. Okay. I don't think there's many things named after Nixon because of all the controversy. I mean, you know, that went along with his, how he went out. I'm not a crook. John Adams, that's, you know, way back. Barack Obama, I mean, I don't have nothing against him or nothing like that. I'm just saying, I don't think, you know, this name, NASA's Mission Control has been around for a long, long time. So, Lyndon Johnson is from Texas. Enough said. That's right, Lyndon Johnson. What commercial plane was used to carry on its back NASA's space shuttle? Wow. Comac C919, Boeing 747, Irkut MC21, IRKUT, Airbus A220. Okay. Seeing the movies and stuff, I've seen, you know, movies with the shuttle. I really think that it's a Boeing. Yeah, it's a Boeing 747. Let's see what that says. The shuttle carrier aircraft are two extensively modified Boeing 747 airliners that NASA used to transport space shuttle orbiters. Wonder what they were like on the inside. I'm sure there was a lot more things, I mean, different things in it than a regular commercial plane. But they had a lot of room, obviously. I wonder if there's ever been like a tour of one of those. I think that would be interesting. If any of y'all know of anyone, you know, let me know. Okay, one more question. Which American drink mix brand was used by early NASA space flights? I know this because I used to love it. Crystal Light, Stir, Dole, Tang. Oh, I had to have some. And do y'all remember Space Food Sticks? Oh my gosh, I had to have them. Had to have them. I would use, if I couldn't get them, I would use my allowance or try to make some money somehow, because I mean, I really wanted the Space Food Sticks. They didn't even really taste that great. I remember the chocolate was kind of, you know, like had like a protein bar taste to it. All of them did. But they don't even make them anymore, I don't think. But everybody wanted, all the kids had to have some Space Food Sticks, you know, especially if you're pretending you're an astronaut. Yeah, so that was, and also you would have to have some Tang with you, you know, if you're going to have Space Food Sticks, have some Tang too and make it. Yes, Tang is an American drink mix brand that was formulated by General Foods food scientists in 1957, first marketed in powdered form in 1959, and used by early NASA space crew flights. Why didn't they just keep using it? It's good stuff. All right, everybody, I got 8 right today and 2 wrong. I enjoyed this. I love stuff about, you know, like I said, space and stuff like that. And I learned some things, and I missed one I shouldn't have missed. So, I hope y'all enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out. And hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Definitely check out Delicious Meals video later on. Bye, everyone, and God bless.